Shane here with Northwest Arch Hunters. We're with Kanoka Ogsbury from Ultimate Direction. She's a apparel product manager, and we're here to talk about the Ventro jacket that I have on here. So tell me a little bit about the Ventro jacket, especially about the insulation part of it.
Okay, yeah. It is Clo Vivo insulation, and it's the perforated version. So the Vivo insulation is manufactured in Europe. It's made of 90% locally sourced recycled materials, and it was developed for performance apparel and the military originally. And it is very warm. And then when they added it has a high weight to warmth ratio. And then when they added the little perforated holes, which is what they did and what we used in the jacket there, is it allows increased breathability while also giving you a really high warmth to weight ratio. So I think that's what we were really excited about with the insulation. And sorry, my boss just got here.
Okay.
One of the things that's really cool about it is that the jacket also has the perforated outer on the back. So the little holes that they put in the insulation are big enough to let vapor and breathability and get so if you're sweating, that goes out, but they're small enough to keep warmth in. But if the outer fabric isn't breathable, then it's not that effective. So we really tried to put the perforated mesh in the underarm and the back and high sweat areas to really increase the breathability. Even though the fabric is breathable, with the little holes in the mesh, it just really makes it breathable. So it's warm in the front when you're running or working out, and then it's open in the back where there's the perforated outer material.
Do you happen to have a jacket on you right there?
I do not have it on, but I didn't know if you wanted me to be wearing it, but I do have one right here.
Yeah, could you describe it a little bit more on to show the holes that you're talking about in the ventilation?
Yeah, so the ventilation in the back, so we have a vent that actually opens up, and then there's no insulation underneath. So there's insulation here, and then there's none underneath here where it's breathable. And then in here where the body is insulated, and it's really light, but it's very warm. You can see that the dark gray pieces are where there's actually mesh with holes in it. And then the lighter gray is a ripstop. So the ripstop is breathable as well, but this mesh in the dark gray areas has little perforated holes, even more breathable. So this combined with the insulation inside, which has the same perforation, makes it extremely breathable, but it still keeps you really warm. And then on the inner liner, that's also got perforation. So it really allows it to be very breathable.
Okay, great. That helps a lot. So just to let you know, I've been using this jacket for about a week, and it's here in Portland, Oregon, and it's been high 30s, and so I've worn it pretty much every day. We even got a little snow a couple days ago, which is pretty rare here, but it's been a great jacket. I've been really enjoying that breathability part of it as well. So I've been warm but not hot. When I have a winter jacket to run in, I'm usually more wet on the inside than I am on the outside, even on a rainy day. But this jacket has been really great for that. I also want to talk to you about the fit of the jacket, just how easy it is to run with. It's like loose in the shoulders. So can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, we really tried to make it's fitted enough so that you don't feel like you're drowning in it, but that also it allows you to move. And so we did make it a little bit, it has a raglan sleeve that really allows for arm movement. And like I said, it has the stretch panels on the side down here, which make it easy to fit on different body types. And then it does have the venting underneath here as well, but there's stretch panels on the sleeve and on the side body to allow for ease of movement. And then we kept the woven fabric in the areas where you don't need to necessarily bend as much. And it is, I would say, it's a slimmer fit, but it's not super, super tight. So you can layer something under it, and you can have easy range of motion and movement. And I think it's got really nice like zipper pockets for storage, secure storage on there. And it has the little flip mitts you probably noticed, which is one of our signature design, but it just kind of flips over your hand so you can keep your thumb out. I don't know if you can see it, but it'll just cover up your fingers. Or if you really want to, you can also tuck your whole hand inside of it. And this is just really nice. And then if you're not using it, it just folds right up and you don't even notice that it's there. So it just kind of fits right like that.
Oh, yeah. So I have been using that. So you can see I got that on here too. So I did use that a few times. It's nice because, yeah, well, you don't have to worry about carrying gloves, on a day where you're not really sure if you really need it or not. And like every once in a while, your hands start to get the cold, just put that over there on top of your hands and use it for a while. Usually I get almost pretty warm and then take it back off again. So it's nice to really regulate your temperature as you're running with those mittens.
Yeah, and like you said, I think we're really focused on just helping people carry less, but also have what they need, when they're working out. And I think that's what we're really going for, is just lightweight and then not having to carry the gloves. And then I think the other thing that we're really working on with this jacket, and then just moving forward as well, is the sustainability piece, really trying to use more recycled fibers and sustainably sourced materials. That's one of our big initiatives for the brand going forward. And I think that Clo insulation, I mean, they really specialize in that. That's all they do. The Vivo insulation, that's pretty much the entire company. And they do a lot of testing on it. And we're really trying to partner with companies that are experts in what they're doing. And we really felt like with the Clo insulation, we found a good partner there. And like you said, it's super lightweight. Like I just can't, it's really lightweight.
Yeah. That was one of the next questions I had for you, was on the materials. So I'm glad you answered that. But I went for a long run over the weekend, and I decided to put my pack on the outside of it. So, which, didn't help much with the breathability on the backside, but underneath here, it was just, it was pretty good. How would you recommend if you're doing a long run, wearing a pack inside or outside? Do you have any suggestions there?
I mean, to be honest with you, unless you get the bigger size and you're wearing a pretty slim pack, it might be hard to wear inside. If you could do that, I think that you would get more benefit from the breathability. We, in Ultimate Direction, we do have some pretty thin. Some of the running packs are a little bit thinner, but if you're trying to get your water out and you're trying to reach stuff, I think, it's fine to wear it over. But like you said, the packs tend to cover, not all of it, because it is pretty wide, but it will cover a good portion of the breathable piece on the back, which is why though we have the underarm mesh. So if you could squeeze it under and you don't need to access it, and you want to be able to take your jacket on and off, that could work. But it doesn't, I would say the way we fit it isn't super loose. So it's not that you're going to be able to fit a big pack underneath. And then you would obviously have the issue of getting, but I think the nice thing is you could probably try it both ways and see what works for you. I know when my husband's wearing, he likes to take it on and off a lot. I tend to stick with it on. So I'd probably put the pack over. But, have you tried both ways?
No, I haven't. I just tried it once. So, and I'll be honest, at first I was a little warm, like the first mile I was, and then after a while, for some reason, it regulated. I was just fine. I don't know, maybe it's just me trying to figure out how to work it, the jacket and the pack, but that's why I asked you the question, because I was just curious if there was a good or better way. So.
I mean, we've kind of designed it with the pack over, but, I have seen people using it with a small pack underneath or like a belt. We've seen more and more of our runners on smaller runs moving to the belt system too. So, I think it sort of depends, but definitely when you're wearing the pack, I mean, you're not getting all the benefits of the jacket where you have the open mesh in the back. But like you said, you will still definitely get the benefit of the underarm. And we're working on newer versions for 23 and 24, where the mesh underneath the arm runs more down. So you get a little bit more of it all the way down under the arm and on the sides.
Okay. Well, I think we got enough what we need here. So I appreciate you getting online with us and telling us about this jacket. I've really enjoyed it. Thanks a lot, and hope to talk to you soon about another product.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate you testing it out and putting the word out there, and really excited about, the brand and just what's happening in all the eco materials that are available, and just we're finding new companies coming out with new stuff. So hopefully we'll have more good stuff to come.
All right. Thanks, Kanoka. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Shane. Bye.